HCC Youth, welcome to This Is Real Life, Encouraging Truth in Quarantine, Episode 1. In the Bible, in the book of Luke, we find an account of Jesus teaching and healing in a synagogue on the Sabbath day. A synagogue is a place where Jewish people gather to worship God, and the Sabbath day is the day of the week when all the Jews rested from their work that they did throughout the week. In this account, we find Jesus healing a woman who has a very severe disability. The text says she was bent over. She's bent over, and she could not fully straighten herself. And it also says that she was like this for 18 years. I mean, we can live in the text. Man, some of us aren't even 18 years old yet. So this would be our entire life. What pain and shame that this must have meant for this woman for so long. But then the text says that Jesus saw her and he calls her over. And this is what he says: "Woman, you are freed from your disability." And then it says that after laying his hands on her, she was immediately made straight and she glorified God. I mean, can you imagine the amazement and the smiles of those watching, and also the shock and the relief felt by this woman who, after 18 years, finally gets to stand up straight. You might even say that she can finally rest. Not everybody's happy about this healing, however. What we read next is that the ruler of the synagogue was actually angry. He explains that he's angry because this is the Sabbath day, and the Sabbath day is meant for no work, and in his mind, healing is considered work that can't be done. I mean, talk about a party pooper, right? But then the text says something very interesting. It says this: "Then the Lord answered him," referring to Jesus. In other words, this man may have been a ruler of the synagogue, but Jesus is the Lord. Who's in charge here? Jesus, the Lord, is. And what does the Lord say? He says this: "Should not this woman, a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan has kept bound for 18 years, be loosed from her bond on the Sabbath day?" In other words, isn't the Sabbath day the perfect day to do healing? Because the Sabbath day is the day of rest. And this woman has been restless for 18 years. Now, finally, on this Sabbath day, she can truly experience rest. Maybe that's a word for you right now, loved one. Jesus, the Lord, cares for you, and he wants to give your heavy heart rest. Maybe being in quarantine is sucking joy away, and maybe there really is an enemy who's trying to bring us down through it. But though this enemy can be considered a ruler, Jesus is the Lord. And the Lord sees you. He calls to you, and his heart is to heal you and give you rest. I pray this is an encouragement to you today. Today is the day for rest. Jesus fights for you to find rest in him. Take a hold of him today, loved one. Bless you. God's got this.